It's a new year, so I've watched the first of my Sunday night movies. Something that's sort of nice and gentle and funny, often a family film, often a comedy, just to ease me back into the week. And my first one of the new year was Muppets Most Wanted, the eighth and most recent Muppet film. Hadn't seen it before. I watched the whole of the Muppet movies over the last 18 months or so, or previous, or 7 films or so. And I have to say this was the worst. It has one of the writers and the director of the 2011 The Muppets, which I loved, but it's missing Jason Segel, both as an actor and as a writer. And Segel adores the Muppets. He has this overwhelming love of them. And that was what made that film, I think, so special, was that it was driven by love and warmth and real emotion, real sincerity. And Muppets Most Wanted is got a plot about a jewel thief who looks like Kermit, and pretends to be Kermit while Kermit is locked in a Siberian gulag. And his second in command is Ricky Gervais, who obviously is a perfect choice for a children's film, being one of the most obnoxious, uncharismatic, unfunny people in the world. There are too many songs. The songs in the previous film were emotionally driven, and it felt sincere. Here, it feels like they're going through the motions, and it's still Brett McKenzie writing them. In terms of the actual quality of the writing, they're still very serviceable. I feel like I ought to be able to think of a better word, but serviceable. They fill the gap that is there that requires a song. But there are too many songs, and they're doing the heavy lifting, and they're doing it in a very unsatisfactory way. There's no real charm or warmth or lightness or heart in the script. It's just the story about, oh, there's jewel thieves and there's people investigating, and they're trying to put on a show as it tours around all over Europe, and it's missing the thing that made the Muppets special. It's missing the thing that made them really beloved, that makes the Muppet Christmas Carol work so well, partly because they have great source material, but also because they know how to make it work in context. That made the 2011 film work so well, because they knew how much these characters were loved, and the film was about that love. This is about a jewel thief. It's totally different. It seemingly completely misunderstands why the Muppets work. It's not funny. It's not charming. The songs I've completely forgotten already, and yet I can still remember the ones from the 2011 film, which I watched a week earlier. It's just not good enough, and at the moment the Muppets are kind of in limbo, because following this movie there was a sitcom, which was the idea of, it was a new Muppet show, which is the late night talk show hosted by Miss Piggy. That did not catch on, and it was cancelled after one season, even though it got better as it went on, and it's probably worth seeing. And now they've kind of got nothing. Even Steve Whitmire, the voice of Kermit, was fired and has said that he was very unhappy with how Disney was treating the character, treating the Muppets in general. So they're kind of in limbo now, and if this is the strongest material they've got to work with, I would prefer to wait until they have people who really care, who really do the Muppets justice, rather than have another cash-in cranked out like this.